So last week I said if we could win 1 out of 4 on this road trip, I'd be happy with that. 2 out of 4, I'd do a cartwheel. And you know what? That goal has not been eliminated. We still have that chance. I knew last weekend it was going to be tough, but what I like was Friday night. I think we had the lead with about 4 minutes to go in the game. So, St. Cloud's has been a team that now has won 7 out of 8. They've been really hot. Matter of fact, they beat Mary by more than us the next night. They beat a really good Sioux Falls team at St. Cloud State by 25. So I knew we were going to be in for a heck of a battle. But we did. We played well. I thought the girls played really good defense. The downfall of the game, the reason why we lost it was we gave up 17 offensive rebounds. That broke our back. So, we were making a miss and we were doing the right things defensively, but we didn't finish the deal on defense. Then the next night, fairly competitive, down 5 at the half, and even partway through the third quarter, down by 5. But Minnesota Duluth's a really tough matchup for us. We just don't match well with them. Whether it was here, they blew us out. In the second half, they blew us out as well. We just don't match up with them. But you know what? I was really happy Friday night. We had a chance to win that on the road against a team that's really hot, and we still have our goal. We still want to win one, and we still have that opportunity on the road this coming weekend.
Can you contrast the scoring from Friday to Saturday? You got really balanced scoring on Friday, Saturday. Very 1 or 2 players in double figures.
Yeah, and I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking too much, but because I look at our Friday games, you look at before that Mankato State Friday night, and then what happened the next night? We were up by 1 at Concordia St. Paul, and then we just ran out of gas the second half. Same thing this past weekend. Close at the half, and then we run out of gas against Duluth the second half on the Saturday night. You go back to even before Christmas. Northern State, we lose by 3. The next night, Saturday night, we're down 2 at Concordia, which I don't know if they've won 12 in a row or whatever. Yeah, we're only down 2. Then the second half, we get blown out and run out of gas. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking too much into that, but I don't know how to explain that. But yeah, it's been the second half of Saturday nights that have been our downfall.
Is that something to do with conditioning-wise? Maybe?
Well, I don't know, because the one happened before Christmas. Now, we took 11 days off, which is too many. You have your mandatory 7, but since we were at Moorhead, I didn't bring them back for a few days, and then there's the mandatory 7. So they had 11 days of no basketball. Now, they were given a sheet of paper, to follow and, do some conditioning on their own. So did they follow or not? I don't know. But, we're trying to get them back into shape now. Like Tuesdays, Wednesdays are pretty hard practices for conditioning. And so we'll see if that's part of the reason is conditioning. But it's been the second half of Saturday nights. And like I said, maybe we're not subbing enough, whatever the reason may be. But just seems to be starting to be a pattern here.
How about your weekend opponents coming up here? I know the Southwest you've probably done a little bit of scouting on, but
yep.
What do you know about your
Well, upcoming, Southwest is a totally different team than they have been in the past. Like last year when we faced Southwest State, they were 2-3 zone, the whole game, just played zone the whole game. Now it's helter-skelter. They are going to press you the whole game. They're going to run off even made baskets, and we're going to change things up. Now we're going to get 3 back on defense. We only usually get 2. We're going to have 3 get back, just so they are just going to go crazy. They want 40 minutes of chaos. So it's just a totally different, he plays a lot of bodies, and they come after you. They just beat Augustana, which, at the time I think was 14-1. So, and they beat at Sioux Falls by 16, which was unheard of. So they're 4-6 in the league, playing much better, and so that's going to be a tough one. And then the next night, Sioux Falls, again, was preseason number 1 overall going in. When I looked at their roster, I said, I don't know how. In their 3 perimeter positions, I really believe they have 9 really, really good players to try to play 3 positions. So, there's competition. They got Division I transfers in. Their top players are returning on the perimeter. They are so loaded. They almost have too much talent on the perimeter. How can you find time for 9 players in only 3 positions? So they're that talented. So it'll be a challenge, but again, we've never backed down from a challenge. We've been in all the games, virtually so far. There's been a few we haven't, but we'll give it our best shot and see if we can do our goal. Our mini goal is to win 1 out of 4, and we still have a chance to do that.
Coach, it's been a real growing year for the girls having to learn the new way that you wanted to do things offensively. Can you talk about how you get them to respond and play hopefully at their highest level? I don't know if you're telling them the same message as hey girls, come and watch me do a cartwheel if we win this weekend or anything like that. Is there anything different that you kind of tell them?
No, and I think I told you guys at the beginning of the year I play for January, February, and we don't have much stuff in November, December. Now we've put in more offensive things in the month of January. We're going to put something new in. We finally put out-of-bounds plays in last week. We had no out-of-bounds plays, so now we put that in. We're going to put something totally brand new again in today, Tuesday, and stuff like that. So we're starting to put in more stuff. We still have 12 games left, and so like I said, I'm never in a hurry in that, in the early part of the season, but now, we're trying to get into we want to get on a roll. This is the time of the year you want to get on a roll. If people remember last year, Winona lost, I can't remember how many, it was double digits in a row, and they had a lot of talent. But they peaked at the right time, and I think maybe they even got to the championship game of the tournament and stuff. So, now's the time when we'd like to start peaking. And the teams that we're trying to finish above, Bemidji, Crookston, we still got Northern State left. Those are the teams that we're going to fight for those positions 5 through 8. We're not going to catch the top 4. We're not catching St. Cloud State. We're not catching Mary, Duluth, or Moorhead. We're just not. You can't. It's almost impossible. But that's okay. We still have our goal of trying to get 5 or 6, and we're going to start playing those teams eventually that we're trying to catch. So those will be the really big games. But in the meantime, let's steal one. Let's steal one on the road.